So now I'm going to be transferring the GPS module from the old part of the old top part of the shell, and it's right under this copper shielding here, and it's mounted by 4 screws. It's got the cable here, so we're going to take that, move it off of here, and mount it on these 4 screw holes right here. So it's really simple. You just got to peel around the edges to get the copper shielding off. It's got like sticky tape on the underside. You don't need to pull the shielding off of the module, but you just unscrew each of the 4 screws here. So we'll do that now. Alright, and now it's come loose. So now we can take this from the old top and transfer it onto the new one. Make sure I got the orientation right. Yep, that's the front. So we'll go ahead and stick this on here like that. And one thing to keep in mind, it really doesn't have to be all that tight. Just enough to secure it in place. The last thing we want to do is break any of the components. These things are about $100 to replace, which is not cheap. So just to make sure we screws are a little bit tiny. Let's see if I can drop it in by hand. There we go. That's 2. Just got to get a couple more in here. And we should be good to go. And here's the last one. Just got to get that placed in here. And then we can put the shielding back on and set this aside until we're done with our final assembly. Keep losing these screws. Just tighten that back up. And we should be in business. So I'm just going to push that back down on all sides. This cable is going to snap back into the motherboard when we're ready. Just going to push the shielding back down to prevent the interference, and we're good to go. And that's it. All right, so after working for about an hour in the opposite direction, just putting everything back together in a new shell, here's the end result. So pretty happy with how it came out. I have not tested it out in terms of flying it, but I did turn it on to make sure everything's running. I've got the video signal. Next thing I'm going to do is do an IMU calibration and the auto gimbal calibration. If the weather improves, I'll hopefully fly it out and make a quick video on that. But overall, turned out really well. A couple things I'll say that were tricky that I did not expect. Back here where the compass goes on this leg, it's a little bit hard to try to align the compass wire along with the Lightbridge antenna wire into this little slot. Took me a little bit of extra time, and just fair warning in case anybody ever needs to do that. But overall, here's kind of the end result. You know, it's got that Inspire 1 theme, the white on top, black on the bottom. So we're ready to do the IMU calibration. Then right after that, I will do a gimbal auto calibration. So the first thing we want to do is quickly turn on the aircraft and then get right into the IMU calibration immediately. That way the subsequent aircraft time or warm-up time is going to be much faster. So there goes the aircraft. As soon as it picks up a signal, we'll go ahead and get into the calibration mode. And here it comes. So we'll get into, and there we go. Looks like we're just about done. Looks like 89, maybe 90%. Just another minute or so and we should be on our way. Okay, the calibration is finished. So we're going to exit out of this menu. And next we are going to go into the gimbal calibration. So let me start that. There it goes. Yeah, it looks like we are straight and level. Yeah, that looks pretty good. All right, we're all set. We're just about ready to go ahead and fly it now. As much as I'd like to do a test flight outdoors, unfortunately the weather's not cooperating today, so I'm going to do a very quick flight indoors, or at least attempt to do so, and hopefully we'll be able to test some of the basic functionality out. So let me go and start the aircraft now. That's a good sign. And I apologize about the background noise. Let me go ahead and test the elevation out first. We'll take it up in the air. So that works. Descent works good. We'll test the yaw functionality, seems to be okay. Let's go ahead and test out the pitch and roll. And I'm going to go ahead and land it. All right, looks like basic functions are working good. That concludes our test flight and this video series. Thank you very much for joining, and hopefully this was helpful to you.